Woolslare. I will be reading from No Easy Jesus, How the Toughest Choices Lead to the Greatest Life by Jason Mitchell. On the night of the bedroom lockdown, my eyes were open for the first time to the fact that, for years, I had settled for an easy Jesus. This easy Jesus was a Jesus who didn't ask too much of me. His commands were more like suggestions. Take 'em or leave 'em. Easy Jesus was a Jesus I could believe in without having to live any differently as a result. Apart from providing some nice principles to live by, this easy Jesus allowed me the space to continue my life the way I wanted. He gave me the promise of eternal life in heaven, but conveniently left me alone in this life. I think that many people who consider themselves Christians are in the same situation I was in. They believe in Jesus, Son of God, died on the cross, rose again, but haven't gone much beyond that. Sure, they participate in church, maybe. They read the Bible every now and then, maybe. And they share the always helpful, praying for you comments on Facebook. But if you were to take away those few obligatory demonstrations of faith, their life would be no different than if they didn't know Jesus at all. To be honest, we love an easy Jesus, because an easy Jesus covers us for eternity while giving us all the latitude we need to live our own lives. But an easy Jesus isn't the real Jesus. The truth is, we will never encounter the real Jesus until we go beyond merely believing in him to actually start following him. Yes, it's much harder to follow than to merely believe, but following is the only route to the rich and satisfying life we desire. As I discovered in my own life, it's possible to drift into believing in Jesus simply by being born into a Christian home or being forced to go to church somewhere along the way. But while it may be possible to believe by accident, we will never follow Jesus by accident. And following has always been the point. Following takes deliberate focus, intention, and action. As I read the New Testament, I can't escape the fact that it talks more about following Jesus than it does about believing in him. Jesus' first call to his disciples was, "Follow me," and this is the same call he gives to all who believe in him. Jesus said, "Anyone who wants to serve me must follow me." No easy Jesus excuses accepted. Don't get me wrong, the New Testament talks a lot about believing in Jesus, yet even the phrase "believing in" conveyed more significance with the first century audience that Jesus addressed than it does for us today. For them, the power behind the idea of believing in Jesus wasn't in the word believing, it was in the word in, which carries with it the idea of movement, of entering a building or walking into a new space. So when the first followers of Jesus talked about believing in him, they weren't just talking about a cognitive affirmation that Jesus was the Son of God who lived and died and rose again. Instead, they were describing a life in which we actively participate in the ways of Jesus, like stepping into a space in which we've never been before. Believing in Jesus means entering into a completely new way of living and being. Yes, we need to believe in order to have faith, but at some point, our faith in Jesus must blossom into faithfulness to Jesus if we are interested in growing as followers of Jesus. So that was a little excerpt again from No Easy Jesus, How the Toughest Choices Lead to the Greatest Life by Jason Mitchell. And I just want to point out that underneath the title, you will see it says 10 steps to an easy, safe, stress-free life where you're always happy and always winning, which has been crossed out in favor of the true title, which is No Easy Jesus. I hope that you'll come in and pick up this book and turn the page.